In this video, we'll talk about how to find coterminal angles and radians. So let's say we have the angle pi over 3. And let's say we want to find a coterminal angle to this particular angle. Well, if we think about the unit circle, let's just draw that real quick. This is 0, this is pi over 2, this is pi, and this is 3 pi over 2. If we were to plot the angle pi over 3, that would be somewhere over here. This is pi over 3. When we say we want to find a coterminal angle, that means what angle can we find that also lands in this exact position as pi over 3? Well, it turns out that the way that we do that is we can add any multiple of 2 pi or subtract any multiple of 2 pi. So on this unit circle, when we go all the way around the circle one time, that's equal to 2 pi. So this 0 could also be written as a 2 pi right here. So imagine that there's some angle where we can start here at pi over 3 and go a full 2 pi all the way around the circle and still land in this exact same spot. This angle would be coterminal to pi over 3. So the way that we find that is we can say pi over 3 plus 2 pi. And to make it easy, we'll write it as a fraction. So we'll say plus 2 pi over 1. So all we have to do is just perform this problem right here. So remember, when we're adding fractions, we need the denominators to be the same. So we need this denominator to be a 3. So what we can do is we can just multiply the numerator by 3 and multiply the denominator by 3. So we'll convert this to 2 pi times 3, that would be 6 pi. And 1 times 3 is 3. So really we can just do pi over 3 plus 6 pi over 3. So what would that be? Pi over 3 plus 6 pi over 3. Well, because they share the same denominator, we can simply add the terms in the numerator. So pi plus 6 pi, that's 7 pi. So 7 pi over 3. That's one potential coterminal angle to pi over 3. Because if we did pi over 3 plus 2 pi, we would land at 7 pi over 3. So these angles land on the exact same spot. Now we could also subtract a 2 pi, because when we subtract, we're just going the other way around the unit circle. We're going this way and still landing in the exact same spot. So we're finding another coterminal angle by subtracting 2 pi. So if we do that, we could say pi over 3 minus 2 pi. And we'll write it over 1 again. So again, when we're adding or subtracting fractions, we want them to have the same denominator. So instead of 2 pi over 1, we're just going to convert this to 6 pi over 3 once again, just like we did up here. So really we're saying pi over 3 minus 6 pi over 3. So since the denominators are equal, we can just subtract the terms directly in the numerator. So 1 pi minus 6 pi, that's negative 5 pi over 3. So that is another coterminal angle. So that's also going to land exactly in the same position, negative 5 pi over 3. And that's why we say these angles are coterminal, because they all land in the exact same spot. So that was just 2 examples of how to find coterminal angles to the angle pi over 3. Let's try one more example. Let's say we have 13 pi over 4, and we want to find angles that are coterminal to this angle. Well, once again, we just need to add or subtract any multiple of 2 pi to find a coterminal angle. So if we say 13 pi over 4, we can add 2 pi to find a coterminal angle. So let's go ahead and do that. So when we have 2 pi, it's easier to write it as something over 1. So when we add fractions, we need the denominators to be equal. So how can we make this fraction have a denominator of 4? Well, just multiply the numerator and the denominator by 4. So this will be 2 pi times 4, that's 8 pi. And in the denominator, we have 1 times 4, that's 4. So really what we can do is 13 pi over 4 plus 8 pi over 4. So let's do that. 13 pi over 4 plus 8 pi over 4. And since the denominators are equal, we can simply add the terms straight across in the numerator. So 13 plus 8 That's 21. So 21 pi over 4. That's one possible coterminal angle of 13 pi over 4. And if we plotted these on the unit circle, we'd find that 13 pi over 4 and 21 pi over 4 both land in the exact same position. That's why they're called coterminal. So another way that we could find a coterminal angle is we could subtract 2 pi. So we could say 13 pi over 4 minus 2 pi over 1. So once again, we want the denominators to be equal. So how can we get this denominator to be a 4? Well, we just multiply the numerator by 4, multiply the denominator by 4. So 2 pi times 4 is 8 pi. 1 times 4 is 4. So really we can do 13 pi over 4 minus 8 pi over 4. So since the denominators are equal, we just subtract straight across. 13 minus 8, that's 5. So 5 pi over 4. So this is another coterminal angle with 13 pi over 4.